Revelation 2228. A. From the 3rd of February 1942. Jesus Christ, bearer of truth. Apostle. Jesus Christ was the proclaimer of truth and will remain so for all eternity. And those who follow him will also be in truth as soon as they ask him for it. Thus they will have the strong will to know the truth which Jesus Christ proclaimed to people on earth. But this will has to express itself in such a way that the human being opens his heart to listen to God's voice, that he therefore has to ask God for heartfelt prayer and then wait for the answer which will come to him. God does not leave such a prayer unheard, for those who desire to know the truth are his true children to whom he reveals himself, whom he gladly instructs so that they may know the truth. What people teach is seldom pure truth unless they have received the truth from God. But how rarely do people allow themselves to be taught by God, and how rarely is pure truth to be found, even though the teachings are presented as truth. Even where people have the will to pass on truth, error is often spread because they are not in contact with God, because they do not establish the contact which is indispensable in order to receive the grace of the power of realization. Intimate contact with God is the only certainty that the human being stands in truth, that he receives truth and can distribute it. However, the human being's will is only completely subject to divine will when he only allows himself to be guided by God. When he does not allow himself to be determined by people to do this or that, but completely surrenders himself to God of his own accord. When he feels urged in his heart to make contact with God and offers himself to him as his servant without any influence from outside, from the world or from fellow human beings. His love for God must drive him to be active for him, and God rewards this love. He accepts him as a laborer in his vineyard, and trains him first so that he can perform his duties well. He instructs him, he introduces him to spiritual knowledge, for his activity consists of spreading this knowledge. This is the seed which is to be sown in the field, which is to bear fruit and one day bring forth a rich harvest. And these are the laborers in the vineyard of the Lord who are constantly active to sow the seed, which is the pure truth from God, into people's hearts so that it will sprout on good soil. Because only the good seed can bear good fruit, only the pure truth carries the strength within itself to shape the human being into a child of God. The bearer of pure truth was Jesus Christ, and his teaching was the pure word of God. It was the divine teaching of love which he now imparted to his disciples and appointed them as his first laborers in his vineyard. For they were profoundly united with their divine teacher and therefore received the pure truth from God himself time and again in order to spread it, as it was God's will.